Yo, how's it going? Tad bit late, I know. Um, yeah. Well, what can I say? Let me just help you dive into the sheer insanity I gotta pull up with or put up with. Right now, I've been working a lot with AB 8B pencils. All right, I really love those. My favorite one so far, and the only one I've been really checking out extensively is the Derwent oil pencil. And even after it's kind of been botched out, because the new version is not as good as what's previously been done, I'm still enjoying it quite a lot. So that feeling is what I worked with outside of this tablet. And now the problem I'm currently having is trying to replicate this on the tablet, and I am not getting my money's worth. Um, it is one of the most difficult things I kind of have to cope with when it comes to working with a tablet. It's just I can't get that kind of sensitivity. I can't get that kind of flow, and I just can't get the same bloody thing. And that really riles me up every time I work with a tablet, and the Surface Pro as well, because I want to get that same kind of flow. This is the kind of way I want to think while working. Even though I keep saying you don't think while you're working, you're unconsciously doing it. You're taking decisions, you're putting specific lines at specific places to fill this weird, this mental thought process, okay? And that's why I'm having a really hard time working with digital mediums, even right now. And I guess this is why I'm bringing you guys into this madness. Even right now, I'm trying to edit this brush in order to get the same thing. And okay, pen pressure, if is tilting going to be detected? Is it? Maybe. I'm not even sure it detects it. I guess I can try it. One thing I want to get rid of, and that's for sure, is let's see, not velocity. Why would I add a random value? No idea. Let's see. I can lock this, but it doesn't matter. I kind of want to change its shape. And this is where I got to bring this in. And again, because I don't like that calligraphy shape I have, because if I just, want to, how do you say that? You kind of notice how the line flows down, and because I am on a let's say vertical type of brush, then if I take side swipes, it's always going to be thin. There's no variation because of the brush itself. So that's why that's one of those things where with my let's say with my pencil, when it comes to the 8B pencil, the way I use it makes it kind of chisel, the tip of the stroke chisels. And let's see, direction of applying, that's the thing I gotta remove, right? Let's see, because if I put it horizontal, then I'm stuck with the reverse problem, but the problem is still there. Can I just remove it? I just want to remove it. No? That sucks. There has to be a way to remove it, that's for sure. And right now I'm trying all sorts of crazy shit. But that's one thing, you might as well just try all sorts of crazy stuff within your brush, because eventually that's the only way to get something out, right? And this is back to default. I guess default should be the way, right? Depending on what I want. So I consider this like just madness, because again, I'm trying to replicate something that really worked traditionally but on a digital medium, and it is quite difficult. I won't, I won't back down on that. It's quite difficult. It's not easy peasy. The feeling is just not there yet. There's always ways to mitigate and at least attempt to get something similar, right? Let's see, right now I'm kind of okay with this brush, with the way this is going, with this pencil I should say, not a brush. But this seems to be my ultimate gripe right now. I want to get what I'm able to get on paper. This is the way I kind of want to function, and I do not really want to bullshit around with, let's say, different types of brushes, because it's not the way my brain just processes certain things when it comes to drawing. Like for the last few years, I've been trying multiple things, multiple things, different applications, different processes, and ultimately, I just find that I go back to, go back to default, the bread and butter, pencil paper, and basically use the pencil rendering technique, to be precise. So that's what I want. And I guess the challenge now is trying to replicate it to the notch here. It's going to require a lot of time, and man, is it going to change the look of the comic, because I'm already somewhat midpoint. I think I'm quite midpoint in this volume. And again, there's going to be a change. There's been a change from some of the pages at the beginning. There's been a change. I think that was the only change. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the second change. Screw it, alright? But I do love, as much as I can whine about this, I love this process. I love this discovery, this first for just acquiring new techniques in a sense, or just seeing how well I can blend traditional techniques here. Especially now, I do like this, just doing the eye like this and having that sense of opacity, you could say, or that sense of blending on the stroke. Maybe it's a bit too thick, maybe not. Maybe I gotta work on the... Yes, that is another thing. As you saw, I was trying to go for a harsh, small line, but every time it kept giving me a soft line. So let's see what I can do here. Let's bring back the... No, I don't care about locking. I gotta make sure to know what's lock and unlock. Let's see. Going back to this, maybe it's a setting thing because it's... Or maybe it's the hardness. You know what? Let's just jack that up a bit. Not exactly. Not exactly. This could kind of work. No, not at all. See, that's not what I want. Like on paper, once you do a line like this, because my my pencil chisels itself as I do stroke, then that stroke can be used with the side of the chiseled nib. You know what I mean? Here I just can't seem to get that same feeling, It just feels like I have to stack up layers of strokes to at least get that shape. I hate that. But sometimes you just gotta force your pencil. You gotta force your tool to work the way you want. And this is one case where I'm gonna have to break down this digital medium to get what I want. Nothing less. Because this is a thing I'm really rolling with. I'm finding more and more that instead of picking up the tablet, I'll just pick up my 8B pencil. And I'm even planning to order a 10B pencil, the Mitsubishi pencil. Glenn Keane spoke about it while he was working on Duet. His recent animation pulled off for a cell phone company. Really nifty. But wow, when I heard that it were 10B, something a bit smoother, I am kind of hoping it has an equivalent oil texture compared to the Derwent, or similar to Derwent. Yet, if it doesn't, but it still gives me smooth lines, I am down with this. I'm completely down. Okay, so let me see if I can just change up the subject a bit, or do a half and half here. Now, another part of the madness I was telling you about is, and I do believe I brought this before, just being in the scene, okay? This is where I can't fully show it now because I'm talking to you. Yet this is a process and a concept that you, when it comes to animators, is a must-have. It's a must. You gotta go a bit crazy, okay? You gotta go like Joker, Keith Ledger, meaning you have to act. You have to hear the voices of your characters in your head. You have to work that way. And honestly, it's madness, but it's good madness. And when I mean voices in your head, I'm not talking about the Fire Fairy. No, no, no. I'm talking about your character's voice, how your character would act, how your character would respond to certain situations, and kind of like getting into the mindset of seeing your piece as an animation frame or a part of something that is in a series of movements, right? Okay, better explanation, a frame part of a series of movement. So as you're drawing, seeing the movement or seeing how it would look on screen and then going, getting that lifelike line, out of all of it. And again, now I'm going back to the whole line thing. Okay, maybe I need to raise the density. Let's see. Maybe raising the density would give me something. Nope, nope, I still have this weird fade. Let's see. Not really acceptable because... Or maybe... I guess it could be... Especially in that case. It's either the texture that's messing me up. Let me see. Scale. Let me... Descale? No. This isn't too bad. Whoops. Can I? Nope. As soon as I bring it to... what if I just nullify the texture? Dump it. Would that work? Because there's texture density, maybe. And I'm still wondering if it actually is the texture pulling that off, that little effect off. Let me just ditch the texture and see. Nope, not at all. It's not the texture. So I kind of lost my texture for absolutely no reason. Let's see. Let's bring it back, okay? Which one was it? Rough textured? There we go. Okay. So if it's not the texture, it has to be something to do with the density. Because right now it is like going in and out. Is this something to do with the shape? Not really. Is it the tip? Just the tip? Nothing to do with direction. Density is already at max. Maybe... Okay. Okay. Pressure sensitivity. Another thing that has to be messed around. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm getting somewhere here. Maybe. See, just experimenting and verifying, okay, how is it reacting to my feels? To my feels. How's the brush reacting to my stroke? But you see, there is the drawback. I can do really harsh lines, but I can't do my soft lines. So, I don't fucking know. It's madness, I tell you. Always been my big issue with digital drawing. Because look, if I do my soft lines, then I do get smaller lines. But what if I want to do a soft line along with a thicker line? You know? How the fuck do I do it? So much tinkering, okay? So much tinkering, but I guess it's all part of the game. The game of trial and error and just trying stuff and seeing if you're gonna get what you want or what feels great for you when it comes to artwork. So I guess I'll be experimenting a couple of hours more with this and figuring out, okay, is this what I wanted to go with? Is this the feel I want to go with? And is this sealed? Am I feeling the same way I do when I play with my traditional pencils? And then hopefully yes. If not, then okay, let's try it again. Rinse and repeat. It's difficult to explain, okay, but if I pull out my camera, my like dinky little webcam from 2002, I might be able to show you. Might be. I remember last time I pulled that off, the results weren't that great, yet it was still visible, so possibilities. And hey, there's even a chance that as soon as I get my Surface Pro back, I attempt to do a video with that instead. Better resolution and such. Another great suggestions by my friend Cooler from Montreal is to use my phone and straight up put a stand. Seeing that I can feather or branch it to my Wi-Fi, I can easily make a stand, set it up, and boom, live stream or record. So that's another suggestion, using the stuff I have, you know, instead of purchasing a brand new webcam, which I may barely even use. All depends, man. I don't know how the other guys do it, you know? How did they plan these sessions or these drawing sessions type of deal? Anyhow, so yeah, that was a part of the madness, I guess. Maybe I should just finish up on the whole analogy I had going with the being in the scene. Okay, like right now, instead of talking to you guys, I should be envisioning how this scene is, the environment is, and how the character would react in an animated form, you know, just waking up into this scene and going, what is going on? And the sheer reaction on what has just transpired, which I'm not going to tell you yet, but something really cool is happening. And I need to get into that zone, so just seeing this frame and only this frame and imagining it as an animated picture and trying to stay in that kind of that mental chalice, I guess, or staying in that kind of zone, that really tends to help out a lot when it comes to just drawing and giving lifelike feeling to a drawing. And you see, all that wraps back into what I want out of my drawing and out of my tools. Like, I want to get that lifelike feeling, absolutely want to get that, yet I need to find ways to translate that into digital medium, and that seems to be my current barrier. Along with, you know, distractions and your Bloodborne, but you know, you gotta toss those aside and get ready to draw, right? So I'll be going. I'll see if I can post some more updates on Patreon. I might have a price readjustment on all Patreon stuff. Alright, there's a high chance, a very, very high chance that that's gonna happen. And I guess there's gonna be an update vlog on just what's been going on aside from that, okay? Till then, thanks again, guys. Thanks again for the support, especially on the ROM HQ Facebook page. Lots of good comments, positive vibe for the drawings and such, and what's going to be happening further on. Convention Assault as well. So thanks to everyone, especially the comments here as well. So I am out. Later, people.